Good evening. Um, Hi friends and family. I'm alive. I know that it's been probably a month or more that I haven't posted to the channel. This whole YouTube stuff is hard. Like, how do people do this? How do people post every day? I guess I'm just doing mine for informational purposes for my family and friends, and just to keep this journey documented. So maybe one day look back at it and just think, wow, I can't believe all of this happened. Just to have. But I do thank everyone that's watching and that always sends me good wishes, prayers, and everything like that. So thank you guys. So there's been a lot going on, a lot. I think last time I did my 18th chemo and round of chemo, and I let you guys know that it was horrible. I feel like this whole cycle since the beginning of the first one, even going into it in a positive way, I was getting sick a lot. I was in the hospital, infections, I was almost septic. I It's been rough. Was a rough cycle, and I still have two more to go out of my six because I've just completed my 19th round of chemo after almost 2 years of chemo. And this past one was probably the roughest. And I think I keep saying that. It keeps getting harder, I feel like. And to me, I've been thinking this is why I didn't want to do chemo. It's poison going into your body. You're either going to die of an infection because your immune system is so compromised that anything like the flu, any sickness, anything could end up in the hospital and end up septic. Thank God that I've had close calls, but I've made it through. My body's still fighting. This last chemo, the first and second day were okay. The first day of chemo was fine. The second day, I had an appointment with my urologist, and I was at the hospital, and I felt okay. I even drove myself there. The third day, I started having issues. So let me rewind. I've been having maybe more than a month issues where it's been hard to breathe and hard to swallow. And I think, maybe from all the throwing up that's been happening. Um, so, anyway, going back to this chemo about 2 weeks ago, I, and the first and second day were okay. The third day, I started realizing that my food wasn't going down all the way. That if once it did, as soon as it probably hit my stomach, I threw it up. So I threw up probably 8 days straight. I couldn't anymore. I called my doctor. I'm like, I cannot do this anymore. It seems like I'm getting worse before getting better. My chemo, when I first started, by the third, fourth day, I was already recovered and I was up and going. But now it seems like third, fourth, fifth, it gets worse and then it keeps getting worse. And now I can't breathe and I can't swallow. So I ended up going to the ER because they wanted to do a lot of CT scans, or they wanted to do a CT scan to make sure that, because swallowing, I guess, has something to do with your brain. Um, they wanted to do a CT scan of my brain, CT scan of my lungs because it has spread there, and my lymph nodes. Unfortunately, they sent me home. They said that there was nothing they can do, that I needed to see my urologist to figure out a plan. Because basically it was cancer related, and they said the cancer was progressing, and the lymph nodes were large, and that what was causing me not to swallow correctly. It was the cancer was larger in my lungs, or in one of my lungs, and that's what was causing the breathing problems. So they sent me home. They said they'd rather you go home. We can't do much here besides give you fluids, make you feel a little better, but other than that, we can't do anything. Thank God I have an appointment tomorrow. I'm not sure what's gonna happen going into this because I have been thinking I need a break. I need a break because, like I said, I feel like I'm getting sicker before I'm getting better. Um, I've thought about it a lot, and I think that this is not a form of living. This is not living. Being locked up, trying to not get sick, my kids watching me throw up day and night, laying here, not being able to do what a mom would want to do with their kids, take them places, even pick them up from school. They love when I pick them up from school. Take them, because I'm present. I'm present, but I'm sleeping and sick most of the time, and that's not, to me, that's not living. I have a lot of thinking to do. I have a lot of people rooting for me. I have a lot of people praying for me. Thank you. And they're telling me not to give up, not to stop chemo. But it's hard. It's it's hard. It's easier said than done. I feel like no one knows besides someone that is going through this how I feel, how my body is feeling, how weak I feel. And I feel like if I stop chemo, like people are gonna think I'm giving up on my kids. It's not that. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. Um, but I just know that I want to be happy and I want to be healthy and I want to be present for my kids. I mean, who doesn't? So I go see my doctor tomorrow and I had a lot of prayers today. I know that God still has a plan for me. I know that He does. And I know that I'm just wrapped in His love and I'm not ready to go yet. I'm not ready to stop fighting, but I think my body needs a break. I don't know. Write down your comments. What would you do? What would you do in this situation? You know, it's been rough. I don't know, guys. But this is not a sad video. I just wanted to give you an update that I'm still good. I'm still alive. I just been so sick. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I don't want to make it any longer than it should be. I'll keep you updated, see what the doctor says tomorrow. I will do my best to stay positive. I think I just need more God, more love, and I need to get out there and kick this cancer's ass for once and for all. Right? Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, please. Let's talk. Let's see. What are your opinions? Thank you guys. Have a good night.